Good morning. My name is BETANCOURT. I'm with Saferite Solutions. Welcome to the AGC safety training session. Today, we're going to be speaking about the importance of rescue planning and also other challenges we're working near or around the edges of a structure or of a job site. Today, we're honored to have Juan Quesada, MSA Fire Protection Specialist, and Thomas Molina with Saferite Fire Protection Specialist from Texas. Now, let me pass it over to Juan Quesada so he could speak about the importance of rescue.
Hello, my name is Juan Quesada and I represent MSA Safety in Florida, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. I specialize in confined spaces and fall protection as well. Today, we're going to talk about a theme, which is rescue. And in my 28 years in the business, I've noticed it's probably the least talked about theme, especially in the construction industry. There's a real big focus on making sure people don't hit the ground during a fall. There's certainly a focus on making sure that the anchoring point is the right one and is positioned correctly. But I hear very little about preventing a fall and even less about addressing a fall, addressing a rescue once someone takes a fall. So before I talk about the things that should be done and the planning that it involves, I want to talk about the consequences of a fall, because I think a lot of people don't realize how big of a deal it is for someone to fall, even if they don't hit the ground, and even if they survive and they have no apparent symptoms because of that fall. So on average, the human body, and we're looking at a torso here. I generally do demos with this torso. Human body travels about 32 feet per second square on a short 6-foot distance. That means that maximum impact occurs within a second, travels at 32 feet per second, and you're looking at around 4,000 pounds, give or take, on impact. Now, just understand what that can do to a human body, right? Your head weighs about 8 to 10 pounds. That's going to be some heavy whiplash on your brain internally. You just don't get to see it. Your lungs can actually be partially detached. When a fall occurs and people are pulled with such forces, you're looking at tissue tearing internally. Now, some of that tissue can tear and not kill you, and you might not have internal bleeding, but over time can have an effect on your health. Also, because of gravity, blood rushes to your legs, and effectively you lose about 20% of your circulatory capabilities. And what does that mean? By losing 20% of your blood just pulls down on your legs. It rarefies over time, and you have less blood to go get oxygen to your heart for your organs in your torso. Now, because most of your organs are in the torso area, your brain suffers the most. What happens is with less oxygen over time, your brain basically will shut down, which will appear as if you're hanging very calm, cool, and collected. But the truth is that you're losing oxygen, and if your brain shuts down, studies have shown between 7 and 30 minutes, you can effectively stop breathing. Now, this presentation in more detail, it's available for me. I also have a video on what not to do during a rescue. So you're welcome to contact Carlos at AGC or Andres BETANCOURT at Saferite Solutions. I'll be happy to provide that for you. So those are some of the serious consequences. What you want to do for rescue is you want to make sure that you have plenty of equipment to attend to that person who took the fall and try to help them reasonably. You are not a rescue expert, so I'm going to go over that in a minute. But what you want to do is have the best equipment available and be prepared to kind of immediately assist the person who took the fall. In terms of equipment, you want to make sure you have harnesses with chest D-rings in case someone has the ability to do the rescue at the job site. Occasionally, you can rescue someone remotely. Here's an example of a rescue bag. This is a 50 feet working length rescue system. It's completely portable. The only thing you need to do this is to have an anchoring point, and from that place, the person can execute their own rescue through those lanyard, or someone can actually rescue them remotely with a 12-foot pole. I can send information on this and videos and such, but just to give you an idea of the stuff that's available, that's very reasonable, and it'll help having it on site with you because you can immediately do something about it while you call the experts. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your people have the right head protection. Now, here's an example of something's become very popular. It basically covers your top and your side. It's a climbing style helmet, and it does have a chin strap. And what that's going to do is it's going to maintain the hard hat on the person during a fall. Now, do keep in mind that the MSA V-Guard, which most people favorite, also has an easy to install chin strap, which I can send samples to you, send information on it. So whether you use the climbing helmet, which is now very popular, and it does have some benefits to the side, though it's not tested, you can use any hard hat and put chin straps, and that's highly recommended. Another thing you can address is people are hanging there. Some you can do that's very inexpensive and very useful is to have what we call a trauma strap. There's different names for them. Essentially is a bag that you can choke onto the harness. And if the person is hanging there with all the pressure on their legs, trapping all that blood, causing all that effect on the body, they can basically deploy this strap. It's got a series of loops in it. And they can step inside the loops and sort of push down a little, climb up, if you will, a little bit. They're not going to be able to rescue themselves, but what they'll do is they'll alleviate the pressure of the harness on their legs, therefore allowing for more time for the experts to come in. So that's some of the equipment you can use. We also make a harness that has a bag in the back, and that has a line up to 65 feet where the worker can self-rescue his or herself. All this I can provide samples and information further down if you request it. Now, in terms of, we know we have this equipment, but what I'm going to say to you is that none of this suffices for you to keep your worker safety. You must have a rescue plan. Just like you must have a fall protection plan, rescue is part of fall protection. It must be written down, and it must be site specific. So while the first line of your rescue plan could be to call 911, you can't just call anyone unplanned. You need, once you have your site and people are doing work, you need to find out what the nearest fire department is. You go there, talk to them, show them what you're doing. 65% of America's fire departments are voluntary. Not all of them have the equipment, not all of them do rescue, and not all of those who do rescue do high-angle rescue. So you cannot predict what's going to happen on your job site, but you can prepare for the worst so you can respond instead of reacting. And the video that I've offered to you, an example of how not to do rescue, shows exactly what happened to a company when they don't prepare for this stuff. So look for the experts, bring them on site, show them your challenges. If they can do rescue, they'll let you know. If not, they'll recommend another department. And make sure you establish that relationship up front. Some other things you could do is select a few people within the job site that you feel that are fitted, are prepared, and are mentally able to address an emergency. When something happens at the job site, people react differently. You need to try and get among your workers people who are interested in safety and who could be ready at a moment's time. So you're not forced to select certain people and you don't know how they're going to react to it. Have your equipment. Make sure you have your plan, which is something we can help you write and go through, but mostly has to be very specific. Last but not least, two things that make it extremely important for rescue, right? So if you have an anchoring point, we all know it needs to be 5,000 pounds strong, it needs to be high. The connection cannot have a conflict so that it will come off during a fall. We've heard about that. Well, for rescue is a little bit more special because now that person is fully suspended on that anchoring point. That anchoring point, in effect, has been tested fully. How long is the person going to be hanging there? So it's very important that you qualify your anchoring points. We can talk about that in detail. It's a whole nother subject on anchoring points, but you all can reach to me and we can have that conversation. I can go to your site. We can have by phone, whatever makes it easier for you. I know we're going through some special times. In the last aspect of this, leading edge, which is, again, is an entirely different conversation, but leading edge is important. We can go over that on a separate conversation if you like. But that's what I wanted to bring up to you as far as rescue. Have the right equipment, have a written plan, make sure you have experts, and make sure you pre-select a group of people you can count on that are reliable. Thank you so much, and be safe.
Hello to our family members over at the AGC. Thank you for joining us for this virtual meet. I'm Thomas, Saferite Solutions, Texas Division. First and foremost, allow me to say, I hope everyone's friends and family are well and safe during this pandemic. And today, I'm just going to take a few minutes of your time to discuss some of our edge protection solutions we have at Saferite. Behind me, I have the RZ guardrail system, which I'm sure a lot of you have already seen as well. This is a system that I love because of the bases being 40% lighter than what you would typically see in the competition. The bases come with rubber footing on both the front and the back to ensure that they stay in place. On the side holes, you'll have handles for your hands to be able to easily maneuver the system and also stack it while still protecting your fingers. The guardrail system comes in 3 different sizes, 5, 7.5, and 10 feet, depending on your needs. We also have a swing gate option in the event your application is going to need entry. Fully customizable in regards to color scheme so that you can match it up with your company colors. Made in the USA. Always important. Exceeds OSHA standards, lightweight, reusable, great system, love it. Moving on over, I have the edge protection system. With this edge protection system, this is new, innovative, because of the actual short post and the way they install and how lightweight and reusable this system is. Also color customizable, made in the USA. This system is actually so lightweight and so easy to install, I can do it with one hand. Adjustable 12 to 14 feet on the post. Once you get it to your desired height and you have it flush with your ceiling and the floor, obviously, you use this bolt system to go ahead and tighten up the bolts. This bolt indicator here will allow to let you know how many uses you have, and to make sure that you have the right pressure indication, you have these indicators here on the yellow tape up top. System's very easy to maneuver, double stackable in the event you need extra height. It's actually kind of like a chicken wire material that has square tubing, both welded on the front and back for extra durability. Wind tunnel tested, doesn't even blink. In the event you don't have a ceiling or you're on a rooftop final floor, we have our 4 bracket system with bolts into the ground and allows the same system, just except without a ceiling. Very lightweight, easy to use, reusable, very durable, love it. Moving on over here to our penetrator roof cart system. It can handle up to 5 workers at a time, easily to remove on a job site once you obviously take the counterweights off. Once the counterweights are off, you simply put it in its desired location. Once you have it in the desired location, you put your counterweights on it so that it stays in place and secure. Also exceeds OSHA standards. And just like the zip base on our guardrail system, hand holes, easy maneuverability, great to protect your fingers. On the front side of it, you'll have 3 for fall arrest, 2 for fall restraint. Extremely durable system, easy to move around job site to job site. Love this thing. You can also on your SRLs have a 45-degree angle to work with when working with your SRLs, just to making sure that you have your maneuverability and flexibility that you need on a job site. Again, these are just some systems, guys. We're sorry that we couldn't be with you all there at this meet. We hope some of the information we provided to you guys today is valuable. We can't wait to see you guys again when this all passes. Stay safe, stay healthy. Saferite Solutions.